Welcome, everyone, to What to Watch Live, the show where we discuss the best in TV and entertainment this week. My name is David, and today I'm joined by my fellow Xfinity editors, Nicole and Kwam.
Hey.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing sensational. Nicole, how are you?
I'm great. It's Christmas time. I'm loving it. I'm in my Santa shirt, as you can see.
Very nice.
I'm
Very
here
festive.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, and thank you everyone out there in TV land for joining us across Xfinity platforms. As always, we've got another great show for you, so let's get right to it. We will kick off our year-end countdown of 2023's 10 best entertainment moments. We'll each reveal the TV show or movie we're most excited about this week. Kwam will tell you how to brighten your holidays for free right now with Marquee TV and Craftsy. And Nicole will explain how you can enjoy Christmas with the Cranks on us with Xfinity Rewards. So let's get things started with the best of 2023 in the latest edition of What to Watch this week. We are just 3 weeks away from New Year's Day, but we can't say farewell to 2023 without celebrating the best entertainment of the last 12 months. Just say Best of 2023 into your Xfinity voice remote to access our collection of the best TV shows, movies, documentaries, artists, albums, songs, and pop culture moments of the year, hand-selected and curated by our Xfinity editors. You can browse the best shows from each streaming service, including Netflix, Max, Hulu, Peacock, and Prime Video, plus many more. Explore the 50 best new shows of 2023 and check out our picks for the best TV series in 12 different categories. We also have curated rows featuring the best of movies, kids and family, Black experience, sports, news, music, Latino, Asian American, international, and LGBTQ+. But the crown jewel of this collection, however, is our annual 100 Best of Everything countdown, which is the definitive list of the 100 best TV shows, movies, artists, albums, songs, and pop culture moments of 2023, as selected and ranked by our entire Xfinity editorial team in a very contentious meeting that happens all the way back in October. And today we're going to reveal the first half of our top 10 right here on What to Watch Live. Are you ready?
Ready.
So ready.
Number 10. Coming in at number 10, it is the Netflix original limited series, Beef. This dramedy stars Oscar nominee Steven Yeun as a struggling contractor whose life becomes intertwined with a small business owner played by comedian Ali Wong following a road rage incident. Beef has a 98% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes and is nominated for 9 Primetime Emmy Awards, including Best Limited Series and acting noms for Steven Yeun, Ali Wong, Joseph Lee, Young Mazzino, and Maria Bello. Between the 30-minute run times and the absolute frenetic narrative pacing, this is a series that you could absolutely finish in a single night because I did it. So that's number 10. Thoughts and feelings?
I want to say at the top of this that
Here it comes.
I do not watch as much TV, movies, and stuff as my fellow editors. But I use these top 10 listings, the whole 100 listing of best of everything, as my opportunity to figure out what I need to watch for that year. Because I don't like bad shows, movies. I don't like bad content. So with that being said, I've heard a lot of great things about Beef, even though, I don't want to have beef with Beef. I've heard only great glowing reviews about Beef, and it will be on my list of things to watch as the year ends.
Thank you, Kwam. Nicole?
Yeah, it's hard to follow that. But I have not seen this one either. I am a big fan of Steve. And I think this is an A24 production. Yeah, so that alone would draw me in. I think Kwam's right. I think I'm going to follow this list because there are a few things that I've missed throughout the year. And Christmas time is the best time to catch up on things. So
If I know, Nicole, that you're a fan of the Sadfi brothers, this has the kind of pacing of a Sadfi brother movie.
Oh, interesting.
So, and it blends that drama and comedy in a similar fashion. So if you like that, you will like this.
All right, noted.
Let us move on to number 9. It is The Bear on Hulu. Another dramedy on the list. The Bear stars Jeremy Allen White as an award-winning fine dining chef who returns home to Chicago to run his family's sandwich shop. Season 1, which premiered in 2022, earned the series a 100% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes and 6 Primetime Emmy nominations, including Outstanding Comedy Series and acting noms for Jeremy Allen White, Eben Moss-Backrack, and Ayo Edebiri. And while we've been waiting to see if The Bear would win awards for season 1, Hulu just went ahead and dropped a second season in June that earned a 99% fresh rating from critics. So, I mean, all those critics can't be wrong, right? And it's one of these shows that is very popular among the Xfinity editorial staff. Nicole, I'll go straight to you. Have you seen this one?
Smart move, David. Yes, I love this. I loved it from the beginning. I think it was Maddie who recommended it to me when it first aired. Love the cast, love the premise. It's so intense. And I know you and I have talked about this, just like living in that fast-paced world of a restaurant life. But I think they do it so well. You know, there's a lot of heart, there's a lot of drama, and there's some humor to it. And I'm sure I brought this up before, but there's one episode in particular that I love when Jeremy Allen White's character makes Ecto Cooler for a party. And I was like, oh my God, when's the last time I had Ecto Cooler? And I had to recreate it for myself without the pills, obviously, with that whole thing. But it's such a great show, and I do recommend it to everybody.
It's been a long, I can't remember the last time a single show catapulted an actor like straight to the top the way The Bear has with Jeremy Allen White. He is, now I cannot remember the movie that he's in. What's the big one?
Fingernails? No.
No, I thought I know what you're talking about too.
Wait, Shameless was kind of like his big thing.
Yeah, but he didn't become like famous until this, right? What's the Oscar? I was so confident when I started this sentence about that I would remember what movie he was in. Oh, Fingernails. Am I thinking of Fingernails?
Yeah, that's what Nicole said.
Did you just say that? Oh, I'm sorry.
That just came out recently on Apple. Yeah.
And then the Iron Claw that he has coming out with Zac Efron. He plays one of the brothers in a very famous. It's like a biographical film about a family of wrestlers, the Von Erichs. So, his stock has risen pretty quickly, pretty fast.
Agreed.
Awesome. Number 8. Let's move right on. It is one of our favorites. It is Gen V on Prime Video. This series is a favorite among several members of the Xfinity editorial team. Gen V is a spin-off of the critically acclaimed Prime Video superhero series The Boys and follows a group of superpowered young adults as they struggle to earn their capes at Godolphin University's School for Crime Fighting. The series stars Jazz Sinclair, Chance Perdomo, Lizzie Broadway, who is one of my favorites, Maddie Phillips from Teenage Bounty Hunters, and Patrick Schwarzenegger, that is Arnold Schwarzenegger's son. And like The Boys, Gen V is not a superhero show. If you don't like superhero shows, don't worry. It is a satirical look at what it means to be a superpowered human being in an alternate reality where crime fighting is a privatized business focused more on making money than saving lives. If you haven't seen The Boys, I highly recommend you watch all 3 seasons of that show before watching Gen V. And for what it's worth, the most recent season of The Boys has a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, while Gen V currently has a 97%, and it's already been renewed for a second season. I'm obsessed. And Quam, I'm going straight to you for this one.
Oh man, yeah. Good choice. I don't even know if you can call it a spin-off anymore because the last episode, not giving any spoilers, is starting to merge the universes. And I can only echo all your sentiments. It's such a great show. Like you said, it's not a superhero show. It's more of it, like you said, a satirical look at what happens when you have super-powered people and who probably shouldn't have superpowers. And Gen V does it so well, whereas that coming of age story, but still feels right at home with the boys universe. I love all the characters that they present. I love the world building, the lore building, and like I just mentioned, it looks like the Gen V is going to merge in with the boys. Sorry for a little bit of spoilers, but I cannot wait for the boys now. That's when I saw the last episode, I was like, oh, now I need to see the boys because it's going to be crazy. It leaves off on an amazing cliffhanger, and I usually hate cliffhangers, but this one was very much so necessary.
These series also deal a lot with like, what if you got the worst superpower ever?
Well, that's one thing I actually do love about this iteration of the boys universe is that it shows superpowers, but also shows kind of like real life issues where some of the superpowers are involved in actual personal issues and actually bodily harm. I mean, the one character, she has to vomit to make herself get small, or eat to make herself get big, which is like an allegory for eating disorder. The main protagonist, she is able to control blood, and she has to uh you know unfortunately cut herself to use her powers. So it has a lot of social commentary without being overbearing and making it seem, very cheesy or anything like that. So I can't say enough good things about the show. I'm waiting for season 2. I'm waiting for season 4 of The Boys. And Prime is just doing everything right in regards to the superhero genre. I know this is not superhero, but they have the secret sauce. They might need to give it to Marvel. Sorry, Marvel. Sorry, Disney.
So let's move on to number 7 on the countdown. It is the Super Mario Brothers movie. When Super Mario fans heard that Chris Pratt was cast as the voice of the world's most iconic Brooklyn plumber, it felt like the Sonic the Hedgehog creepy teeth controversy all over again. But Universal Pictures and Illumination didn't back down, and audiences around the world were treated to a truly fun, colorful, and entertaining adventure in which Mario and Luigi must thwart the evil Bowser's attempts to rule the Mushroom Kingdom. Tale as old as time. The Super Mario Brothers movie also introduced us to the song Peaches, performed by Bowser voice actor Jack Black, which became one of the surprise hits of the summer, at least among children. Lastly, this movie has raked in more than $1.3 billion at the global box office, making it the second highest grossing film of the year behind only one other movie, but I'm not going to tell you which one that is just yet because I'll be spoiling our countdown. Nicole, did you like this movie?
Yes, 100%. I was on the Chris Pratt hesitation bandwagon too, but honestly, seeing the movie, there's so many good points. There's so many good scenes, and the other actors are amazing. So he wasn't that bad. I gotta say, he wasn't that bad. But it's such a great heartwarming film, and I did get to go to what is it called, Nintendo Land over in California. Before you get on Bowser's Challenge, they make you sing Peaches.
What?
Yeah, and it's like one particular person. He got up in front of everyone, and we had to sing Peaches before we got on the ride. I guess it's just a good way for us to kill time until the line moves. But it was such a cute little moment for everyone.
What if you don't know the song? Sorry, yeah,
we
don't.
One word.
David, should you sing it? I mean,
peaches, 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 peaches.
That's the song.
Peaches, peaches,
yes.
peaches. And he goes, "I love you."
Yeah, Jack Black voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You. I've grew up with Super Mario, love Super Mario. I struggled with the Chris Pratt thing too, but it is well within the spirit of the franchise and the character, and it's just a fun adventure. And I think more than anything else, I'm just really excited that the success of this movie pretty much got a Legend of Zelda live action movie greenlit. So let's go, Zelda. Thank you, Super Mario, for doing that. But it absolutely was one of the biggest movies of the year. Shall we move on? Any other thoughts on Mario or Luigi or Toad?
Nope.
No?
Okay. Number 6, I'm so sorry. It's freebies. Jury duty. Last week I said I wasn't going to talk about jury duty anymore on What to Watch Live, but I promise this is the last time. We should go back. There's got to be a montage of me talking about jury duty. I'll keep this short and sweet. Jury duty follows an affable everyman named Ronald Gladden, who is selected to serve on the jury for a civil trial. The catch is the trial is fake, and everyone except for Ronald, including the judge, lawyers, and fellow jurors, are actors, and Ronald has no idea. As I mentioned on last week's show, this was a hit we never saw coming. And if I could sum up why I love this series in just a couple words, I'd just say that it made me feel good. Like, I'm not sure any TV show or movie in 2023 made me as happy as Jury Duty did. Like, I just sat and smiled the whole time. And sometimes that's exactly what you need or want from a show. Lastly, I'll mention, as I did last week, that Jury Duty is also nominated for 3 Primetime Emmy Awards, including Outstanding Comedy and Outstanding Supporting Actor for James Marsden, who is the real MVP of the show, playing an exaggerated version of himself. The hardest part of all this is finding new ways to describe this show every single time I have to talk about it. Nicole Kwam, save me. Say something about Jury Duty.
I will say that I've yet to watch this show, but I know that you've brought it up so many times. Our team has brought it up so many times. Like, it's almost to the point where I feel like I'm obligated to watch this show just because of how much it's been brought up. And maybe I just like blank out every time y'all talk about it, but because I heard it so much. But I didn't know the main character Ronald was like an actual person. Or maybe I did know that, and again, I just like was just had just a blank blast because y'all talked about it so much. But so I now have questions. So is he now an actor? Does he get nominated for a role if it wins like best comedy? Does he go up and join the rest of the cast?
Oh, well, definitely go up, but he didn't get nominated.
No.
Okay. And also, it brings so many questions now because it's like, what's Ronald's life now? Who is become a TV star, or does he just go back to like regular life? Like, oh well, that was cool.
He was all over red carpets after this because he was so beloved because he's just such a good dude that he was getting invited to premieres and he was on like daytime talk shows and podcasts. Like, he really kind of blew up back in April when this series was a big deal.
Yeah. I was just going to say that too, David. Like, I think he even stayed friends with people from the cast, including James Marsden. They're all over his social media. I mean, he's literally just making his rounds. So I don't think it's the last we'll see of him, but I don't think he's going to be an actor.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, he has some sort of future. I don't know in what.
I don't know what. Yeah.
I don't even remember what he actually does for a living.
No, I couldn't tell you that.
I can't remember. I should look that up. Well, that is number 6, and you can tune in next week to What to Watch Live, where we'll reveal the top 5 pieces of entertainment of the entire year. And if you don't want to wait, you can check out the entire 100 Best of Everything countdown. You can zip straight to 5 through 1. And you can also check out our complete Best of 2023 collection right now by saying Best of 2023, or you can also find it by saying What to Watch. And Brad just jumped in saying that he was a solar contractor.
According to Wiki.
According to Wikipedia. Good for him.
Good to know.
I mean, this is much more exciting, I'm sure, than being a solar contractor.
Yeah.
No offense. I'm sure solar contractors...
They get paid good money. Hold on, David.
Sure.
Don't
blast.
the
I'd rather hang
lifestyle.
I'd rather hang out with James Marsden. All right. Next up, it's our picks of the week in a segment we call Appointment TV. Each week, the Xfinity editors pick the TV show, movie, or special event they are most excited about right now. This week, we kick things off with our very own Xfinity music editor, Kwam. Kwam, which premiere are you looking forward to?
Thank you so much, David. And do y'all remember that 2000 stop-motion animated movie, Chicken Run? Well, 23 years later, they finally decided to make a sequel. Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget comes to Netflix this week on December 15th. Let's take a look at the trailer.
This time, we're breaking in.
It's an impossible mission. Fire. Only the small matter of this electric fence. The camera-driven gun-toting moles. And the laser-guided exploding ducks. Huh? That place is impenetrable.
Yeah, and you can't get in neither.
Okay, everyone. It's go time.
It's all right. I went before we left.
Beautiful. Just simply beautiful. Dawn of the Nugget sees Ginger, played by, and I pray I'm not going to butcher her name, Thwandy Newton from the original Chicken Run movie. She wasn't in the original movie, but Ginger was the original character. They go on a mission to infiltrate an industrial chicken farm after her only chick, played by Bella Ramsey, gets locked up. I know David loves Bella Ramsey after he got a chance to talk to her. I know I might not be the core target audience for this movie, but I love the original Chicken Run movie. Granted, I haven't seen it in God knows how long, but I know that I loved it. And so it's only right that I watch the long overdue sequel. And who doesn't like a good children's movie that kind of like riffs on other culturally significant movies and TV shows? I don't know if you can tell, but it's like kind of playing tongue-in-cheek or tongue-in-beak with the Mission Impossible film franchise, which also features can someone help me with her name? Is it Thwandy?
It's Tandy.
Tandy. Wow, I was way off. Oh God, Tandy, if you see this, I apologize deeply. She was also in the Mission Impossible series, so it's kind of fitting. And yeah, I'm all in on this movie. Thoughts, feelings? Do you all like chicken nuggets?
Yes. I do have a question. Is Mel Gibson coming back?
Oh,
he is not coming back. But that's for better or for worse. He is not returning.
I wonder why.
Yeah, what's happening?
I think you are the target audience for this. I don't think this is necessarily a kids movie. I mean, a lot of people really love Chicken Run, and I think isn't it the same people who did like Wallace and Gromit? Isn't this all in the same? And that's definitely like everyone loves Wallace and Gromit. It's interesting. Tandy Newton's daughter was in The Last of Us, as was Bella Ramsey. So there's a lot of
interconnection,
similar DNA there.
Oh, I love that.
I will absolutely watch this. I love an animated movie, and I even love like this claymation look even better.
Yeah, and I have to know why they're sneaking back in. You know, what's the whole premise?
Yeah, that's the whole premise. You mean what's the old saying? You get back out and they pull you back in. I put the quote, but whatever.
Yeah.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. You were close.
David's my encyclopedia for just random references.
That's true. Thank you, Kwam. Nicole, what is the premiere you are most looking forward to?
All right. So I am very much looking forward to Priscilla, available to rent or own on December 15th. So this is a dramatic biography about Priscilla Presley meeting Elvis and their life together, starring Kaylee Spaney, Jacob Elordi, and directed by Sofia Coppola. Let's take a look at the clip.
What are the kids listening to these days?
Bobby Darin, Fabian, and you.
Just what is the intent here, Mr. Presley? You got women throwing themselves at you. Why my daughter?
Well, sir, I happen to be very fond of your daughter. She's much more mature than her age.
21!
Yeah. 22. That's 22. You don't have to worry about her. Black hair and more eye makeup.
I don't know if I like it.
What do you mean you don't know if you like it?
He's not like you imagine. You know, there's a lot of rumors about you.
Was there something you're hiding?
I don't have a goddamn thing to hide. Oh, I need a woman who understands that things like this might happen. Are you gonna be here or not?
So I was able to see this at the New York Film Fest, and it was certainly unexpected. Like most of the world, I enjoy Elvis's music, his movies. I love the Elvis biopic from last year. I've even been to Graceland, but this is something completely different, and I do tend to warn Elvis fans about it. It's obviously told through Priscilla's perspective, and it's not all the happiness and glamour you'd expect. Her main purpose was to support Elvis, even when he didn't quite support her. She was lonely and vulnerable, living in her gilded cage, aka Graceland, all while trying to find herself in the process. It was certainly compelling and a little sad, to be honest. But on a lighter note, the makeup, the hair, the costumes, the set design were just phenomenal. So if the storyline isn't enough, the production value will definitely pull you in. It's definitely got some Oscar potential, in my opinion. But Kwam, as the music editor, what are your thoughts?
I had no idea about this story. I didn't know I needed a movie about Elvis's wife. And so just goes to show that anyone's movie or anyone's life can be a movie just in the hands of the right director. But no, like I said, I didn't know anything about Elvis's wife. I am not the biggest Elvis fan. So I'm not like too familiar with the intricacies of his relationships. But off the trailer alone, it definitely seems like it's because the trailer had me in the first half. It had me in the first half, and then it kind of flipped the whole script, midway through, and I didn't know there was kind of the dark side to Elvis in regards to his relationship with his wife. So it definitely looks like a movie I would be interested in watching.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's sparked a little bit of controversy because Lisa Marie Presley, before her death, voiced her objection to this film to director Sofia Coppola, saying that she didn't like the light that it painted her father in, saying that he comes off as being predatory, which maybe he was a little bit. But it is based on Priscilla Presley's memoir. It's coming. Lisa Marie was just a toddler, just a kid when he died. So, I would think that Priscilla would know a little better the dynamics of the relationship and what it was like living in that time. Not to say that Lisa Marie isn't entitled to her objections to it, but it is interesting, and I respect Sofia Coppola a lot and like her movies as a director. So I'm very fascinated to see this, and will.
Cool. Yeah, I agree about the whole Priscilla thing. It did come from her, so I hate I hate that I believe it, but you have to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thank you, Nicole. Let us move on to my pick. And the thing I'm most excited about right now is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which is available to stream right now on Disney+. Let's take a quick look at the trailer.
I'm retiring.
Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
Same for the goddaughter.
Dad told me you found something on a train during the war. A dial that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy? Don't move.
We need to get out of here.
Stop!
Sorry.
Helena!
Dr. Jones, get him.
When Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was announced in 2007, Indy fans were ecstatic about a new era of their beloved whip crapping. Oh, Lord. That's great. Whip cracking archaeologist. And then a year later, the movie premiered, and it was whip crapping. In fact, it was terrible. Now, 15 years later, Disney, Steven Spielberg, and Harrison Ford had one last chance to give Dr. Jones the dignified farewell he deserves, and they didn't disappoint, in my opinion. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny catches up with Indy in 1969, where he teams up with his goddaughter, played by Fleabag star Phoebe Waller-Bridge, to hunt down an ancient Greek relic with the power to travel through time. For me, this movie had all the elements of a classic Indiana Jones adventure, including an adult woman sidekick akin to Karen Allen and Kate Capshaw's characters in previous films, a child sidekick not unlike Ke Huy Quan's iconic Short Round, exciting European and Middle Eastern locations, cameos from oddball associates, a despicable Nazi antagonist, and an ancient relic that has nothing to do with aliens. This movie is fun, it's funny, action-packed, full of nostalgia, and delivers on all the right emotional beats just in case this truly is Indy's last ride. If you love Indiana Jones and were maybe scared away from this film because of Shia LaBeouf and Crystal Skull, give it a shot because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Nicole, I know you saw it. What do you think?
You know, I am a big Indy fan. I have cosplayed as him, I will admit. But I didn't love this as much as I wanted to. I mean, it had all the elements for a good movie. Like you said, all these great characters, these plot lines, drawing back to the original. Obviously, I'm not going to ruin anything, but I don't know. Indy wasn't the same for me. He wasn't his charming, fun, adventurous self. You know, he was just like this crotchety old man set in his ways. And I get it, you know, life happens, life is hard, and things have happened to him, but I don't know, maybe that's what stopped me, and I was refraining from enjoying the rest of the movie, but liked it, didn't love it, I'll say that.
And I don't disagree with you. We literally just had this conversation last week. It's like going to play ball with your grandfather and he can't throw the football very far anymore. Mm-hmm. Like how sad that is when Grampy can't get the ball all the way to you. Like that's what it's like watching Indy. But I had the ball, the like bar was set so far, or set so low with Crystal Skull that there was nowhere to go but up. And just in the interest of being like totally transparent in my feelings, they, as you saw in the trailer, they de-age Harrison Ford for this movie. It is the absolute worst example of that technology ever in the history of filmmaking. It does not work. It's officially dead with this movie. It looks great when he's not moving, but when he's moving, like the face doesn't shift the right way. And Indy's running and the face is just kind of like not working right. And then he talks and it's the face of a 40-year-old man with the voice of an 80-year-old man. He's like, oh, we gotta get the relic. Like, and you're like, what happened? Why wouldn't you de-age his voice too? I know it sounds like now I'm saying I didn't like this movie. I liked it a lot. I stand by everything I said, but it's not perfect. Like you're never gonna recapture the Indiana Jones of 1984.
Never. Yeah.
Well, Dave, you sold me on watching this film. Well, I just think it's hilarious. To your point of, you know, a 70-year-old Harrison Ford just running through these towns and fighting off bad guys at the age of, like, just imagine, like you said, your grandpa getting into a fist fight with you, and you're just like, bro, are you serious right now? Like, or trying to outrun you in a foot race. It's like, you
never see Harrison Ford running. You just see him arrive. Like he goes like this, and it cuts, and he's like, oh, here I am. You're like, I know you didn't run all the way down that street. Like, you can't do that anymore.
No.
Who knows? AI might have changed Harrison Ford's abilities. You never know.
You know, this is a good one for the holidays when you have family around. It is a good, like, Christmas Day. Like, we're done watching Christmas Story. Like, let's put on something fun everyone can enjoy. This is that perfect movie.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
Maybe
there you go. Way to put a nice bow on that.
Yeah, perfect. Check out all the TV shows and the movies we just discussed and so much more simply by saying what to watch into your Xfinity voice remote right now. Next up, you gotta be mitting me. It's time for Free This Week. Xfinity's Free This Week program continues with free entertainment from Marquee TV and Craftsy, including tutorials to help with your holiday festivities. And here to tell us more about everything you can enjoy through December 17th is our very own Quam. Quam, take it away.
Thank you, David. And I am not mitting you. This week we have a double feature featuring Marquee TV and Craftsy. I'll start with Marquee TV first. Marquee TV is for the art aficionados, the cultural connoisseurs, the dance devotees. If you can enjoy performances like Mozart's Requiem or Shakespeare's Masterclass, both of which are guaranteed to be the tour de forces. If you are a lover of the arts, Marquee TV is for you. But now, if you like a different kind of arts, Craftsy has you covered. Craftsy delivers classes and content designed to ignite your creative passions. Whether it's crocheting, baking, or even posing, Craftsy is your one-stop shop. And honestly, guys, I thought that the Essential Guide to Posing was going to be the perfect show for me, giving my affinity for social media and everything. But surprisingly, I was intrigued by learning how to crochet some mittens and fingerless gloves. And that's when Nicole gifted me my own pair of fingerless gloves. Aren't these
Oh my
so
God.
beautiful? Made by Mama Nicole, aka Mana.
Mena, yes.
Mana. Shout out to Mana. Thank you so much for these excellent fingerless gloves. And now I can make my own, and so can you, just with Craftsy. Do you all love these gloves? Aren't they like
I love
amazing?
them.
They're Kelly green.
Yes.
She got those so quick. How long did that take?
A couple days. My mom, she's a big craft person, so I fully expect her to take advantage of this offer. But she likes to try new things. So when this idea came up, I was like, hey, how quickly can you make us some gloves? And she delivered them like overnight, basically. But hopefully she'll be able to do more, and maybe another episode. We can all have some matching hats or something.
And in Kelly Green Eagles colors
Yeah.
too.
Wearing my next tailgate.
Yeah. All I said was dark green, thinking it's December. But she chose Kelly Green, so
she chose correctly.
Well, I'm sure she's an Eagles fan, so.
She obviously
don't say it, Nicole.
No, I think she lives in Philly, so of course you're an Eagles fan by default. But she's not a big sports person like myself.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say she was like a Giants fan or even worse, Jets fan. Like
Jets fan. Who's a Jets fan, right?
Those fit so well, Quam. It's not like she had your hand measurements either. They're like perfect.
She just must have watched previous episodes when my hands were flailing around and was able to get a good gauge on my hand size.
Those are beautiful. And now you don't have to knit. So now you can really focus in on the art of posing.
You make a solid point, David. You make a really solid point.
Xfinity's Free This Week program offers a new selection of free content from streaming services and premium networks every week of the year with no strings attached. Just say free or free this week into your remote to check it out. Next up, we get a little cranky for the holidays in the latest edition of Xfinity Rewards. If you're looking to beef up your movie library with films that jingle bell rock, Xfinity Rewards has you covered with a festive modern classic starring Tim Allen, and our very own Xfinity movie editor, Nicole, is here to tell us more about it. Nicole?
Yes, thank you, David. So as you mentioned, Christmas with the Cranks, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen and Dan Aykroyd, will be available to redeem now through December 17th for Xfinity Reward members. And in case you haven't seen it, these two parents, Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis, their daughter decides to skip out on Christmas altogether. So they decide they're going to do a whole new Christmas. They don't do all the traditional things. But then guess what? The daughter decides she's going to come home. So they've got to do everything last minute. It's obviously a comedy, but there's a lot of drama and chaos that goes into it. Certainly a film that people would love to have for Christmas time, but feel free to redeem now. And if that's not enough, we have another reward starting December 18th. Xfinity Reward members will be able to redeem a book reward through Amazon, and it's dealer's choice. You can choose any version, whether it's for your Kindle, your Audible, or just a good old-fashioned hardback. It's my favorite. There's a lot of options hitting all of your favorite genres, but the main theme will be books that have been adapted into a film or a TV show. So here's a preview of some of the titles that were inspired by best-selling books. We have A Black Cake, a dramatic mystery about a woman who escapes a troubled life for a better one. That is also airing on Hulu. Next up, my newest favorite, Killers of the Flower Moon, a true story of the Osage Nation in 1920s Oklahoma when they find oil, becoming millionaires basically overnight. Film came out in October. It's a Scorsese film. Leo, Robert De Niro's in it, so you know it's a good one. Last but not least, Lessons in Chemistry, a dramatic story of a chemist and her personal journey as a woman in the 1950s. Couldn't have been easy. This is also an Apple series with Brie Larson. I can't comment too much. It's still on my TBR list, but I've only heard wonderful things, so be sure to check that out. And for more information on how to redeem your book or any other offers like this, just say Xfinity Rewards into your voice remote. And I have to say it, David, seasons readings, everyone.
It's so funny. I was recently in a bookstore.
Whoa, David in a bookstore?
Whoa.
I know. Well, I do love bookstores and I love buying books. I just don't ever read them, as Nicole knows, because she knows that I have a very specific book that I just have not read yet. But I was like amazed by, it was a small bookstore in New Orleans. And, you know, like they're all like in the slots, but oftentimes they'll turn like one out just to showcase like whatever they want to. All the books that were turned out to like showcase were all adaptations. They were all things that were upcoming and were going to be made into a movie or a book series. And just kind of like stunned by how many books are being turned into these kind of projects.
Yeah, it's so we do have a destination if anyone's interested. It's called Books to Film in Your Voice Remote, but there is a ton, David, not just TV, but movies as well. Almost everything was based off a book, if you can imagine. Jaws, you know, Forrest Gump, all those classics. So you'd be surprised.
And I was surprised.
I don't know if that's I feel like that says a lot about Hollywood. If all the best movies and TV shows are coming from like source material, not saying that these books and shouldn't be turned into movies and television shows, but where's the originality? You know, I mean, shout out to George Lucas. Created an original idea off of the dome. So yeah, we need more George Lucases in the world.
We need more chicken runs.
And we do need more chicken. The peak of entertainment for only the best of the best.
That's right.
Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget. My name is David. Thank you for watching What to Watch Live.
Thank you, Mama Nipmana.
Bye.